Ladies and gents, today's video is sponsored by Trust Dice. Go and play Trust Dice today by checking out the link in the video description. KSI, Legend of Banana, BT, ITV, Sky TV Remote, Jidabida. Yeah, 2017 for you there. KSI has had his fair share of controversies recently. However, I remember a time where Olajidi Olatunji, or as the smelly weird kids who have parasocial relationships with YouTubers and think they're his friend call him, JJ. I remember a time where JJ could not put a foot wrong. KSI could give a really solid, firm, right up to a child, and there'd always be a flock of geeks to defend him, no matter what. And I used to make fun of KSI so much back then. Back when all of you lot loved him, I didn't care. I'd take the mick out of him until I was black in the face, blue in the face. I feel a bit uncomfortable about going for KSI now though, because hating on KSI, it's just become low-hanging fruit. No pun intended. It felt like back in the day there was only me and one other YouTuber who would ever criticise KSI, but we won't speak about that other YouTuber in question, because if we do say his name, he'll only end up responding, and then if he responds, I'm putting people in danger, because then there's a real flood risk to any towns and cities if he uses the letter S in his response. What I'm trying to say here is that Cavoff trying to tackle a tongue twister is the equivalent of Simon from the Sidemen trying not to be a boring nerd for an hour. Not humanly possible. That right there has just turned all of the Sidemen fans against me, the same ones who saw the title of this video and clicked it with more eagerness than Philip Schofield in the boys' toilets of a high school. Well, that's alright, because I'm assuming you've already clicked an ad, so I don't really care. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Bye. For the rest of you who may be fans of the Sidemen, but can humbly accept that Simon Miniminter has the capacity within himself to put a charging bull to sleep, just by speaking to it, allow me to explain to you lot what I mean by the title, I Agree With KSI. But before that, it's time for Mr. Banter to pay off Shelley's overdue water bill. Trust Dice is a reputable online crypto casino. They offer impressive bonuses for regular players, 0 withdrawal fees for everyone, and they've got a reassuring rating on Trustpilot of 4.7 out of 5. The site is easy to navigate, it has your favourite classics like roulette, and has a bunch of different games and slots to choose from as well. Trust Dice's bonuses are the main draw. The more you deposit, the more you become eligible for bigger and better bonuses. For example, from level Shrimp and beyond, you can claim free spins without any wagering requirements. I like playing a dice game on here, so that's what we're going to do now. We'll see if we win anything. I'm in my lucky dressing gown. So, with a dice game, you pick and choose your own chance of winning. The lower you put your own chance, the higher the payout, but the higher you put it, the lower the payout. I'm going to go sort of low, 37% chance at winning. It's not the best odds for me, but we've got 2.66 payout, so let's go. I lost. One more try. Well, that didn't go how I thought it would go. The adrenaline you get when you're winning is unmatched, but please make sure to always play responsibly. Use my link in the description to receive some special bonuses over on Trust Dice. Now let me get back to explaining to you why I agree with KSI. This is nothing to do with his new song. Yeah, that's a bag of shite. From the screen, to the ring, to the pen, to the king. You lost your head, you bro. What you on about? That's a verse that will not be out of place in a theatrical play where the audience is a bunch of old Tories. I'd go as far as to say that from that song, I have personally deducted that KSI is mentally unwell and truly believes that he is a protagonist in an anime. The fucking weeb. So no, the song's a bag of shit. What I'm talking about is Lunchly. KSI, all legit a banana narcissist, only lasted things to do with himself, BT.
Yo, reload that shit, man. What the fuck was that?
Logan's psychopath kills every animal he's ever had with a rock and marries a slapper Paul. And Mr. Saltism, that all he can think about 24/7 is a website YouTube beast, have gotten together to launch a kids' lunch brand. Lunchly has been receiving a lot of backlash online this past week or two, and that is mainly due to the fact that it's been manipulatively advertised as a better-for-you product. Now, compared to Lunchables, their main competitor, it probably is better for you. But drinking your own piss is likely better for you than scranning a stale old dog turd off of the pavement. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Just because a litre of urine is better for you than actual dog feces doesn't mean that the urine itself is good for you. And I believe that's sort of how Lunchly has been promoted in some sense, although that might be an extreme example. Kids who don't know how to think for themselves because they're kids, and parents who have half a GCSE to their name and live in Burnley, go to the supermarket in a dressing gown, smell like BO, to spend what's left of their PIP allowance on the food shop after getting themselves a queue in, because that comes first before the kids. But you got to feed them, and you're just so social, don't come round. Yeah, I get it. So they might see the better for you advertisement because they're a bit thick. They might see that as, oh, this is actual health food. So the argument that there's been some devious marketing going on with Lunchly, that's definitely there. That's valid. But that is the only valid argument in my eyes. I think once you start dismantling processed food brands based off of questionable marketing and also health concerns, no brand is safe. And if those things are a massive issue for you when it comes to processed foods, fair enough. Just as long as you stick with the same energy for all processed foods. But I'm willing to bet you're not too outspoken about those highly processed chicken nuggets in your kids' McDonald's Happy Meal, are you? No. One minute you're slagging off Lunchly on social media, the next you've got Uber Eats in your hand, ordering in yourself a McDonald's. You need some consistency. On top of that, when you get McDonald's on Uber Eats, you're paying service and delivery charge. That is fucking scandalous. You'll have like an £11.50 order in your fucking basket. It'll come to like 19 quid because of service and delivery. What are you talking about? Sorry, I'm very passionate about that. Anyway, if Lunchly is a bad product, which I don't doubt it is, then consumerism will take care of it. People will eventually stop buying it. For example, you can't go into most shops without seeing bottles of Prime in the bargain bin. Now that the hype's gone. People don't care. People don't want it anymore. Even Wakey Wines, who built his entire following off the back of Prime, he's fallen off. He's on TikTok live streams now, eating away. Oh, lovely curry. How you doing? You alright? He's on TikTok lives, eating half of everything that exists in his food cupboard. Nam, 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 nam. Whilst his wife, who's also fat, shouts at him from across the room for being fat. And that's because no one gives a rat's ass about Prime anymore. Trust me, a bad product will not last. And that's why, in some strange way, I do agree with KSI. The outrage about Lunchly is unnecessary. Dan the Diamond Minecart is a multi-millionaire who most likely feeds his child the very best produce that Waitrose has to offer. So I understand it with Dan. I get it, he's seen a little bit of processed muck on the timeline, it sent him into posh person shock. Oh heavens! In the same way that a Chelsea resident would have palpitations if a black school student walked past their house. But as a member of the working class, like the majority of people in this country, in my eyes, Lunchly is just yet another shite brand for the shelves of Aldi, and the general public will decide its expiry date. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that the Sidemen confiscate anything sharp from KSI, judging by his recent breakdowns on social media. Remember to go and play Trust Dice, linked in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.